Hey, my sweet Kit Kats, let's do a journal cover and back together today. I'm going to start by painting it in this beautiful new to me color called Autumn Sage by Paint Couture. This is a nice little 1 ounce container that you can get on my link to all paint products. It's either in my link tree or it is pinned at the top of my page. This is a little craft book that you can also purchase on my link to decor. I believe it's about a 6 by 8.5. And these make great journals. You can do these up as gifts. I think they are so fun to do. And you can also get larger sizes, very similar to this, on Amazon. So I'm going to make sure I have really good coverage all the way around here. Give this a little dry. This is a acrylic mineral paint from Paint Couture, which means it does have a built-in top coat, so you won't see me sealing this. I love that about Paint Couture mineral paints. We are going to be using some beautiful transfers from IOD, the Wild Bloemen, and also some bits and pieces of the Gilded Etiquette transfers. Unfortunately, I did check out our sweet friend Victoria's site at Old to Ooh La La Art. It does look like the Wild Bloemen is sold out, but there are other transfers available there. I have already done so many projects with this Wild Bloemen. They are so pretty, and you get so many different options for transfers. I think this would be just a wonderful Mother's Day gift if you have a mother or somebody that you need to gift to who loves flowers, birds, butterflies, things like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be used as a journal. It could just be used as keeping track of things as far as lists and things like that. You could start one for your grandson or granddaughter and just write in some of your thoughts to them. I think that would make a precious keepsake as well. So if you haven't tried Paint Couture paints, they are so nice to work with. I am loving this new color. When I made this quick play, I had stopped and treated myself to a Starbucks. Salted caramel cream cold brew, my favorite. And I will say, you just want to make sure that your paint is super, super good and dry before you start laying down your transfers. I did not prime or anything, just coming right in with that beautiful paint color. Very springy to me also. I like to put a piece of parchment paper in between, just so that I don't accidentally drip on the pages or something like that. Just making sure we get a really, really good dry here. It dries so quickly and so smooth and buttery. I love it. And then I always like to work on a piece of parchment paper also, just so I don't transfer anything that might be on my mat. So there is the IOD transfers we're going to be using, the Wild Bloemen. I have several of them that I kind of cut and laid out here as options. I really like the color combinations there. So you peel off that back layer, and I'm just deciding how I want to position it here on our book. With any transfers, you do get that transfer tool stick. I like to use a little popsicle stick once in a while. I feel I have a little bit more control over it, and it works great. If you aren't using a Paint Couture paint or something that has a built-in top coat, you definitely want to seal your paint before this step. So for example, a chalk paint, definitely seal. And then I just take that piece that it came off of and I rub it all over that transfer gently. That's just called burnishing, to make sure you get down all your little edges. And I'm going to continue with another portion of the transfer here. Once you put it down, you're kind of committing to where you're lying it there. And if you notice that a portion is still left behind on your paper, just lay it back down and do a little more rubbing. And then that little extra piece there, I just file right off. I also love to kind of carry over the transfer on a portion of the book and the actual binding of the book. I think that looks really pretty. So that's what you will see here. Just making sure to keep some pressure on there to hold it where I want it. And you can definitely cut pieces off of your transfers if you just want a portion of them. You'll see that here in just a little while. And if you notice as you're lifting that there's just a stubborn area that doesn't want to come down, try lifting and pulling from another direction. Oftentimes that works super great for me. And just be patient and pull that back slowly. So I'm making sure with my little popsicle stick, I'm getting really down in there to make sure I have that transfer right where I want it. Gently pulling back. I can kind of use my fingers really lightly to burnish that area. Otherwise, use the piece of paper that the transfer came off of. I think that looks so pretty. Sometimes I think it's just really nice not to put them on straight up and down. Put them on a little bit of a diagonal, just for a little bit of added interest. And if a small piece hangs off of your project, it is no problem to either wrap it around or just use your little gator sander or an emery board and file that portion away. So that's exactly what I'm doing there. Just that little tiny piece of flower that overhung. So I'm deciding what butterfly I want here. I want to keep it a little bit smaller. The rest of them just seemed a little bit too big. And you can definitely layer your transfers. I think that's also a really pretty look. You just see me using my little Cricut tool there. Sometimes you have a little trouble getting an edge up. That works nice. It has a nice point on it. So on this particular transfer, I'm actually just going to cut off the portions that I want to use. And the way I position it is going to make it look like this was all just one large transfer. Just kind of matching up some of the pieces where maybe leaves came out or you have a little vine. You can be so creative with these. Just trying to decide if I like any of those butterflies. I have that beautiful bird. I just think it's a bit too large. So I decided to keep it a bit simple. And then one of my favorite IOD transfers is the Gilded Etiquette. And here I just love those little pops of beautiful gilded transfers. I like to cut them into small little pieces just to add a little hint of something here and there. So you definitely don't have to use the whole transfer. Just kind of going through what I have here, kind of deciding what I think might look nice. So here you're going to see me cut right through that bottom quarter of the transfer. Don't be afraid to do that. Sometimes I think the look is just something simple but different. and they go down so nicely. I thought what I used on there was kind of fun, because some of those sayings had something to do with books and paper. I have used that gilded etiquette transfer so many times, and also in this same fashion where I'm just using little bits and bobbles of it. Adds a little extra eye-catching detail, if you ask me. Using my popsicle stick on these as well. And sometimes you need a little help getting that edge up. I'm going to use another piece up top here. And you just carefully and gently peel that back. Burnish it down just to make sure all your little edges are down. And I will end up sealing this when it is all complete. So now working on the back side just a little bit. Kind of cutting that one on an angle. The gold with that beautiful green is awesome. I love how this is turning out. I am going to take a bit of gold wax paste from Pentart, and you're just going to kind of see me going all the way around the outer edges of the book. And then I will carry it up onto the edge a little bit more so that you can see it better. Again, the color is Autumn Sage that we painted on the base of the book. I love that gold gilded etiquette transfer. Oh, it is so pretty. Just a very nice combination of spring colors with the gold. And here it is after I've sealed it. I did give it probably 3 different coats of a semi-gloss top coat from Paint Couture. I added a dragonfly there on the back side. And just a few more leaves. There's the semi-gloss top coat I added. A little butterfly in addition on the front. And I thought it would be kind of fun just to use an insignia stamp here. This is an IOD stamp set also. So on the very inside cover, we're going to use this piece. I'm just slowing this down a little bit here. Putting it on my stamping block. Do remember, if it is new, that you give it just a little bit of a sand up and down on your stamp and side to side with a very fine grit sandpaper, nothing too harsh. That really helps your ink to stick and get rid of that shininess on a new stamp. So I'm just coming in here with some Ranger permanent black ink. And right on the inside cover, we're going to stamp. So perhaps somebody who would be interested in purchasing this could let me know, and I could put the last initial of your last name inside of there, or whoever you may be giving it to, just as an added extra little personal touch. The insignia stamp is a beautiful set. I will show you it here in just a moment. Just applying a little bit of pressure. Just so fun, so pretty. I'm going to leave that open as it is wet. Here are some of the other stamps you get in that set. Super pretty. And then you also get some capital script letters, and then your block letters also. All done. And here is how it came together. I love that shine of the semi-gloss. I love the colors, the flowers, the gold. I hope you guys enjoyed it and might give it a try. Again, you can pick these up at my link to TH Decor. Let me know if you have any questions or need help with that. I hope you enjoy your day, and I so very much appreciate you watching. Take good care.